She looked at me and abruptly asked me, "What color are you? What color are you?" Imagine someone asking you such a question. I was definitely startled, and you could be startled the same way that I was, because I looked at her questioningly and I was like, what doesn't she see? And by the way, if you've not yet watched the Solutions Table Dialogue number 1 and 2, please go back and watch it, because they are building blocks to what I'm gonna be sharing right now. If you can't retrieve it, I'll try to repost it so you can watch it, because you're gonna be able to come into this flow to understand what I'm talking about if you get to watch the Solutions Table Dialogue number 1 and number 2. All right, let's start. Once again, in the Solutions Table Dialogue number 3, I bring this question to your attention. Are you black? Are you white? In the first discussion, that was Solutions Table number 1, I shared how my mom influenced me to be an independent thinker right from my childhood. Well, another person who sharpened my thinking. We are supposed to think through things. We are supposed to use our mind. There's a reason we have it. So it was the ambassador's wife, the German ambassador's wife, whom I met at age 17 when I was in Uganda. I don't know what sparked her, but out of the blue, she looks at me with this sharp eyes. She she had this look you don't want to mess around with, you know, that quizzical kind of look. And with that look, she excuse me, but she looked at me and abruptly asked me, "What color are you? What color are you?" Imagine someone asking you such a question. I was definitely startled, and you could be startled the same way that I was, because I looked at her questioningly and I was like, what doesn't she see? What isn't evident here? And you see, she had dyed her hair this deep maroonish color, and she was out sunbathing. And you know how the mind kind of flies in different directions and comes up with its own conclusions. Well, I garnered, anyway, I was concerned, and I wondered if it was the sun or the deep hair color that was influencing her, presumably bizarre question. Because I mean, like, who asks such a question? In my mind, I was like, isn't it evident that I am black? Well, I finally responded, I am black, with that kind of attitude, duh. And then she surprises me further by asking, you are black? Me, yes. Now I'm thinking we have a serious problem here. But interestingly enough, I was wearing a black skirt and a white top. So and then she says, look at your skin in comparison to your skirt. When I did, I literally laughed out so hard. You know why I laughed was because, yes, I know I am blessed with this chocolatey skin shade, but when I looked at it in comparison to the black skirt, it looked totally different. It looked totally different. I mean, even some African races with the most darkest of skin shades, you know, the darkest of skin tones, I mean, if you look at them closely, they have this beautiful satin-like shiny purplish skin hue, which I like to call the royal hue. It is so gorgeous, coupled with those pearly white teeth. It creates this kind of unique beauty, the creativity of God, our creator. How can anyone in their right state of mind consider it ugly or identify it with evil and negative connotations? It is all in the eyes of the beholder, for sure. People tend to see their own reflections in others. Maybe it is the void in people's hearts that makes them see void in others, fail to appreciate the beauty before them. But sometimes there are also other issues to consider, I'm aware. But anyway, back to the ambassador's wife. The lady captured my attention again by getting a white sheet of paper. It might have one here. Yeah, she gets a white sheet of paper and compares it to her skin. And she asks me, do I look like this white sheet of paper? Do I look like this white sheet of paper? Again, I couldn't help myself, but I simply laughed because the truth was apparent right there before me. I couldn't contest it. I beckon you to try it. Try it. You see, this lady went ahead to look at the 17-year-old me sharply and say, we've all been lied to by someone who came up with the words and put them in the dictionary, some for their own selfish intent. Well, we all read, employ, define things the same way because of what has been defined for us in the dictionaries. We all read and try to follow and define things after. But is it all true? Is that the truth? You see, the one who has the knowledge, that's why they say knowledge is power. Because when you have the knowledge and put it out there, and that is what defines what people think and how people think and how they define things, then you have the grasp of power to control the minds of the people. And those who cannot think through things or just go with anything, then that's how one gets to be lied to. And this is what the German ambassador was telling me. Sarah, we've all been lied to by the person who put the words in the dictionary and who knows it was for their selfish intent. But we all read, employ, define things the same way, which sometimes are erroneous. So she cautioned me never to simply take things just the way they are presented, but rather to think and reason through them. I never thought at the time like these, the circumstances we're going through our world today, that I'll be sharing this knowledge years later, that I'll be compared to share this lady's wisdom with the rest of the world. In fact, it is one of the reasons that I was like, I have something valuable to discuss that I have not heard about. Yeah, I hadn't heard about it in the mainstream media or discussion tables out there. You know what? Let's end it here today. The discussion will flow, as I'm thinking about it, the discussion will flow much better if I freshly start the next segment next time. It will be dialogue number 4, the dictionary on race. Yeah, it will be much better to tackle the dictionary on race freshly. But I hope I've given you something to think about. I hope you can relate to this. And I hope you can share it with your friends, with your children. There is the truth. There is the biblical truth to me, which is the foundation for my life. That is my focal point. That is my focal point for the truth. that I consider valid in every situation of my life. But everything that is written out there by a person with definitions coming from their own thinking, there is always the question of error. There's always the question of intent. And it is up to you. It is up to you to evaluate it and see where you fall in that category. Otherwise, you might go the wrong direction with the definitions that are stated out there. Well, I'm gonna end it here, but there is gonna be a discussion table number 4. It will be great for me to start from there, and we tackle the dictionary on rice. Your comments are always valuable. I've received valuable comments in solutions table 1 and solutions table number 2. I was like, wow, it was so. I also encourage you, if you have something important to share it. You never know whose life you are changing out there. The comments that I received, the discussions that I got to engage with, the people, how they felt, the minds opening to certain things. It was great. It blessed me. It blessed me even much more. And I will continue sharing whatever comes to me. I will continue these discussions, the solutions table, whatever solutions are poured out to me, I would love to share with you. So thank you again. Your comments are valuable. And just a reminder, I have 8 books on sale on Amazon. Just like you purchase any other product, instead of in the product line, the product tab, instead of the product name, just put in my name as the product, Sarah Mirembe. Scroll down, you'll be able to access all my books. I appreciate your support and love. So as of tonight, yours truly, the ambassador of peace, Sarah Mirembe, the advisor of nations and the areas of peace. Until next time, for Solutions Table Dialogue number 4, titled The Dictionary on Race. All my love over Sarah. Thank you for listening in. Thank you. Thank you.